If you're making a JRPG, it's almost guaranteed you're going to include a non-human companion character. Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII, Riki from Xenoblade Chronicles, and Torgal from Final Fantasy XVI are all great examples of how you can incorporate non-human experiences into a group filled with real humans. Morgana from Persona 5 is in a unique situation, because he's not exactly not human, but all throughout the game, people are under the assumption that his true form is human. This character analysis is part of a larger series of videos I'm making talking about Persona 5, so if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe to be updated on when the next part of this series comes out. You first meet Morgana after awakening to your own persona in Kamoshida's palace. Morgana is an anthropomorphic cat who claims to be a human, only having lost his form and memories. So, the two of you make an agreement where you'll help him regain these things, and he'll pass on his extensive knowledge of the metaverse, battling mechanics, and personas. Morgana also has this really unique attribute, being able to morph into a van due to his supernatural nature. This helps the Phantom Thieves more easily traverse areas like Mementos or certain large palaces that would take forever to explore on foot. Even though he gets really upset at being called a cat at times, he loves a lot of the things that cats like. Pets, scratches, he'll even purr if you rub the PlayStation controller's touchpad while in Mementos, a level of detail that certainly wasn't needed. Like I mentioned in my previous video about Ryuji, Morgana has a bit of an attitude towards the young man from their very first interaction. He's always insulting Ryuji's intelligence and the fact that it takes him a bit to understand this metaverse stuff, which is a completely valid position to be in. It's not often that you find yourself randomly in this brand new supernatural world. Morgana is the first persona wielder you encounter in the game, other than yourself. His persona, Zoro, draws inspiration from the fictional character Don Diego de la Vega, a masked vigilante who stands up for the commoners against powerful tyrants who seek to take advantage of them. While it doesn't have the deepest connection like Ryuji's Captain Kidd, Zoro supports the idea that Morgana stands up for the little guy. He is the one who encourages the formation of the Phantom Thieves since he wants to continue to serve justice to those who abuse and take advantage of people underneath them. That being said, the most recognizable aspect of Morgana is his obsession with another one of the Phantom Thieves, An. Morgana kind of fills the stereotypical anime pervert role that you see present in Japanese media. This precedent was established with Teddy in Persona 4. Morgana first meets An when she finds her way into the metaverse, and once she joins the Phantom Thieves after awakening to her own persona, Morgana makes it his goal to protect, impress, and practically worship An, all with the goal of him becoming human again so that she'll fall in love with him. Atlus really messed up by leaning so heavily into these stereotypical roles because it often leads people to mix up Morgana's motivations behind becoming a Phantom Thief. From the beginning, he's always fighting for what's right. Even though there are numerous examples of this in the game, people will still attribute this to his desire to date An as a human, when in reality this is more of a secondary goal. Morgana's confidant is unique in comparison to a lot of the other Phantom Thieves. While most of the time you'll be contemplating who to hang out with, Morgana's confidant advances naturally throughout the course of the story. At times he'll open up to you about his doubts of being a human late at night, or he'll appreciate a large gesture that the Phantom Thieves have done for him. It helps to make his temporary leave from the group feel like it's been something building up, rather than suddenly just happening out of nowhere. In his cat form, Morgana lives with you, hiding away inside your backpack or in your desk at school. While most of the time it's nice to have a pet companion, Morgana won't let you go out at night if you've visited the metaverse that day, claiming that you're too tired. I, along with most other players, hate this, since there's a ton of stuff to do in Persona 5 if you want to fully experience everything the game has to offer. So you'll be sacrificing your experience somewhere if you want to advance all the confidants or max out all social stats, most commonly rushing through palaces and Mementos journeys. Before taking on Okumura's palace, the Phantom Thieves, mainly Ryuji and Morgana, get into a huge argument about using their status as a phantom thief for something more than the satisfaction of taking down corrupt people. Morgana claims that Ryuji's more focused on girls and the popularity that comes from bringing down huge targets, while Ryuji claims that Morgana's practically using the group to become human again. On top of that, throughout the course of the game, people continue to refer to him as a cat, constantly doubting his usefulness and his position in the group. This leads to Morgana taking a leave of absence from the group, as he had already been struggling with feelings of self-doubt, an incredibly common mindset, especially since his roles as strategist and navigator went away once Makoto and Futaba joined the group.
Halt, Vigilante!
Thankfully, his absence doesn't end up all bad. He ends up recruiting another phantom thief, Haru, into the group, who he met as he tried to infiltrate the palace by himself. Here, we get an opportunity to see him shine, as Haru is forcefully engaged to an abusive man, and when Morgana stands up to him in his cat form, he gets kicked to the wall.
Haru! You little... Let go of Haru! Ah!
What the? Goddamn cat!
Mona-chan!
While some people like to joke about this, saying that Morgana deserves this for insulting Ryuji or for not letting us go out at night, I think it does an excellent job of highlighting how Morgana acts as a phantom thief because he fights for the right side of justice, even if the odds are stacked against him, and not solely to find out the nature of his existence or to date on. Once the group is reunited, it is really nice to have him back, since he is the wind user / healer for the party. The game spends a lot more time focusing on him making up with all the members of the Phantom Thieves rather than giving Haru a proper introduction, which is definitely needed, especially since her dad is the palace ruler, so we could see a lot of unique dynamics with her and the Phantom Thieves. But we're not here to talk about Haru as much as I love her. Back to Morgana. From this point on, he has a good relationship with the group, although he and Ryuji kind of take little jabs at each other, this aspect of their relationship being shown both in Persona 5 Strikers and Persona 5 Tactica. I actually like it. You can tell that there's no malice from either one of them now, and it seems a lot more like ribbing you'd see between two friends. As the end of the game approaches, the Phantom Thieves journey to the bottom of Mementos to destroy the demon Yaldabaoth, who's been pulling the strings from behind the scenes to see if man's desire is strong enough to stand up to injustice. In their plan to steal the public's collective treasure from Mementos, the metaverse would disappear, bringing a lot of worry to Morgana since he still doesn't know if he's truly human or not. He makes the selfless decision to carry on with this task, even if it may come at the cost of his own existence, showing his resolve to stand up for what's right no matter the cost. Down in Mementos, you learn that Yaldabaoth hijacked the Velvet Room and rigged the game of good versus evil in his favor. Before this was done, however, Igor created Morgana out of the remnants of human hope and sent him to aid you on your mission. Now that his existence is no longer in question, he kind of accepts his role within society and the Phantom Thieves. I mean, if I were in his position, I'd have no doubt about my usefulness or my place within the group. While everyone else has their perks, only Morgana was made with the remaining hope in humanity to guide the Phantom Thieves to take down this malevolent deity. It was actually kind of sad when the game made it seem like he was gone along with the rest of the metaverse. Going in, Morgana knew this was a possibility, but still chose to work towards a better future. Thankfully, he's still here, just in cat form permanently, but that's not if you're playing Persona 5 Royal. Like I said in my last video about Ryuji, Persona 5 Royal adds an extra semester in which the deepest desires of the Phantom Thieves have come true. The being behind this didn't see Morgana's growth and acceptance behind not being a human at the end of the game. So, in granting his wish, Morgana becomes human, which is kind of odd considering he still sleeps in your bed like he did when he was a cat. In this reality, he's still trying to be with Ann, being seen carrying all her purchases when the two go out shopping together. But in my opinion, this ruins his character progression that we see at the end of Persona 5. Like, I get this was always his goal and all, but he had come to terms with it being unattainable, and he's doing the most he can do in his true form, which I love. The Phantom Thieves ultimately return reality to its correct orientation, and thankfully, you don't have to say goodbye to Morgana since he's coming with you. After the events of the game, since everyone else was moving away or couldn't care for him, along with the fact that he's been with you for the past year, you get to take him back home to your hometown. While I found it incredibly hard to write about Morgana, I think his character is an accurate depiction of the feelings of self-doubt that a lot of people feel. I get that he's not a fan favorite. He's probably the most disliked character in all of Persona 5, but I'm one of the few people who thinks he fits a very important role within the Phantom Thieves, and other than being one of the mascots for the game, I think his inclusion in Persona 5 is essential if you want to fully understand the dynamics of the Phantom Thieves, as well as the fight for justice present in the game. Some people pit his character against Ryuji's, arguing that if one's good, the other has to be bad. But I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. To me, both are wonderful characters, and it's always nice having Morgana around to make snarky comments and offer advice while in his cat form in the real world. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to offer up your opinions on Morgana, be it good or bad, let me know down in the comments. My thoughts on him have certainly changed a lot over my multiple playthroughs of Persona 5. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another one of the Phantom Thieves.